A terrifying trend is starting to emerge at universities across the United States where administration officials within these universities are having to email foreign students, letting them know several things, but most importantly, if you're planning on leaving the country for, go back home to visit your family, maybe work a summer job, but you're in the United States on a student visa, don't leave. Because if you leave, there's a good chance you won't ever get back into this country. Now, Brown University, a couple weeks ago, right before spring break, they sent out a mass email to all people on student visas, letting them know potential changes in travel restrictions and travel bans, visa procedures and processing, re-entry requirements, and other travel-related delays may affect travelers' ability to return to the U.S. as planned. It is unclear whether there may be implications also for domestic travel within the United States as the federal policy landscape continues to evolve. In other words, this administration is effing crazy. Please protect yourselves. As if that weren't bad enough, Temple University had to send an email out to their students that are here on student visas. This was actually pointed out to me by a colleague of mine, and the email from Temple says this: "We are writing to suggest that international students and scholars currently in the United States consider postponing any international travel plans until more information is available from the White House and/or the U.S. Department of State. Given the current uncertainties, this suggestion is especially relevant for international students and scholars who would need to apply for and secure new visas before coming back to the U.S. International students and scholars for whom international travel is essential should consider speaking with qualified immigration attorneys before engaging in any travel." What a horrible situation for these students who came to the United States to learn, right? They're paying tuition at these colleges. They're contributing to the local economy. They're good, honest, hardworking people. And these universities are now so worried about their own students that they're having to warn them, listen, don't leave the country. They're probably not going to let you back in. And if you absolutely have to leave the country, here is a list of lawyers. And by the way, yes, Temple did send out a list of lawyers who will work pro bono in order to make sure these students are protected if they have to leave the country. How sick is this? I mean, it's not sick that the universities did this. I'm applaud them and I'm proud of them for doing this. It's sick that they had to do this just to protect these students. Now, the colleague that I mentioned who alerted me to this email was alerted to it herself by a friend of hers. Happens to be a 19-year-old, I believe, that is going to Temple University. And my colleague was able to hook that individual up, not with one of those pro bono lawyers, but with a really, great immigration lawyer that she knows. So this immigration lawyer advised the student to make sure that there's nothing on her social media, any social media account, critical of Donald Trump. That was one of the first questions asked. Have you posted anything about Trump on social media? The reason that question is asked, and other immigration lawyers, I've seen articles about it, have done the same thing, is because this administration, when people are trying to come into the country, and the administration's admitted it, we're scrubbing their social media. We're checking to make sure we only let the right ones in. And by right ones, they mean we don't want anybody in this country that's ever criticized Donald Trump. So these lawyers are now having to tell these students, if you've got something on social media, delete it. If it was a year ago, delete it. 5 years ago, delete it. And that is the advice I am also going to give. If you are in this country on any kind of visa, student visa, worker visa, whatever, careful what you say. They're looking for it, and they will kick you out of the country for it. We've already seen it happen. Those stories are becoming far too numerous to even cover individually anymore. But this is the country we are living in right now. It's not a country I think any of us ever thought we would live in. But we have to deal with reality as reality is. So protect yourselves. If you're trying to get into this country, if you're trying to stay in this country, they're watching everything you do. So please protect yourselves.